Essex, a helping hand with your land.
Neil from Essex here with a special tractor. I do most of my talking on new machines that we're selling today, but this is a really unique one that's worth some conversation. So today, we're gonna walk you around New Holland's Boomer 8N. So in 2009, the marketing and sales guys at New Holland came up with a really cool idea. It was to resurrect the Ford 8N. If you know what the Ford 8N was, it was a really popular, very, very common tractor offered from the late 1940s into the 1950s. It's kind of an everyman's tractor. A very common sized machine for use on a lot of the small farms from the day. And New Holland thought it would be a cool idea in order to kind of resurrect this model and bring it back into the family again. And so for a short period of time, they built the Boomer 8N. The Boomer 8N was kind of a departure from that everyman's tractor concept. They really tricked this machine out with some really cool chromed out features that had a lot of options to make it very flashy looking, and brought in a lot of new technology into the line as well. So definitely a departure from that everyman's kind of tractor, but definitely a very unique and fun looking product. So chrome is certainly not something you see a whole lot of on tractors, even years ago or today, but this one has it, and it's got a lot of it optionally. The literature and the brochures for this tractor looked a lot like the modern day car brochures, where you could fan through a lot of really nice glossy pictures of fun options and stuff that you could equip this machine with. The roll bar up here was standard equipment, and this piece is wrapped in chrome, which is really cool and got a great look to it. But there's a lot of other places that you could opt to put chrome on this tractor as well. I had several customers opt for the chrome grab bars over here on the side, chrome steps, and other features on the tractor that you can put on it just to make it look a little bit more special. You can see back here at the back of the tractor, this thing uses a really substantial axle housing. This was a great time in New Holland's compact tractor line in what they would have called their Class 3 and Class 4 tractors. This particular chassis size, running from say 35 to about 50 horsepower or so, was a really nice sized machine. Really stout back ends with a fairly short wheelbase and some really dramatically sloped curves, giving you a very capable tractor with some very good visibility. So the dimensions and the engineering of this tractor at the time were really, really good. When I say this tractor had a lot of leading edge technology in it, it did, and some of that had some quirks. This was the very first iteration of New Holland's CVT transmission for compact tractors. Wasn't something that really ever took off in great numbers. It was a cool design though, a legitimately in-house designed CVT. Was able to see some of the split open components of it, and the chains and stuff that ran through that CVT were very cool, very heavy duty, awesome looking stuff. But in its first iteration did have to go through a bunch of software updates during some time in order to kind of get some of the quirks worked out of it. It just drove a little bit differently than what we were expecting from a lot of tractors. New Holland didn't stop at just designing a really cool looking tractor. They actually went to the lengths to make the color matched attachments for the rest of the machine as well. So you'll see there's this red loader here made to go with the rest of the styling of the tractor, and they even had a red backhoe as well too that you could fit to this machine. Another neat feature that was offered on this family of loaders, not just on the 8N, but the other tractors that were in the series at this time, was this unique boom release pin. If you take these loaders off on and off of most brands of tractors and you see it's done, you use the loader to pick the front tires up in the air and just slide these pins out. Most of the time that's a fairly easy process, but if you're sitting on any kind of uneven ground or you haven't taken these things out in a long time, they can kind of start to seize up in place. New Holland had a neat system on this that uses this arm and a cam inside the hole here that you can actually attach and detach this pin by releasing this and rotating the arm around, and that rotation and cam on the inside gives you a nice way to be able to tighten that pin up if things aren't lining up just perfectly. This is not your traditional big metal tractor seat with holes in the bottom, right? Cool that they took the effort to go through and make something that looks like that while still having some modern comfort. So this thing, big red, got the holes in it, drains the water, which is cool. A lot of our tractors today could use that, but is actually foam. It's not a big metal seat. It's actually rather comfortable when you place your rear end down on there. So just a nice detail that kind of rounds out this old 8N look. So the 8N was a special tractor in the lineage of the Ford New Holland tractors, and the Boomer 8N has got a place right there with it. It is a really unique tractor. Part of me wishes that they would have kept this retro look and stick to the everyman machine that the original 8N was, a basic 30-horse tractor with this kind of retro throwback design. But what they came to market with definitely made a statement too in the technology that they were able to create and produce in a tractor like this. So this machine is actually for sale. It is a trade-in, and we do get one or two of these traded back in here about every year. If it's a machine you might be in the market for, give us a call. Maybe we can hook you up with it. So if you have any parts needs for machines you already have, service work that needs to be done, or you're shopping for a new piece of equipment, give us a call at Messick's. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at Messick's.com. In the popularity that was out there, now here comes somebody else. The lineage of New Holland tractors. So I can't talk around here without somebody driving a skid loader through the middle of right in the middle of my flow.